that's probably recorded. Zarya launching.
Paranatural is still going on as well.
I'm just gonna put Hat Hut's face over the corner of the screen whenever that happens. Oh, there's a shovel.
Oh.
Hat Hut, this is probably a better weapon for you than this shit.
I thought we were gonna. For some reason, I thought this was just a different game, and I thought you were gonna pick up the shovel.
Oh, there's a broom down there too.
It is interesting. Like, even though I know, like, web comics now are far more prolific, like, there's way more out now. I don't know. It feels like a different time.
Pretty less, obviously less talked about.
Yeah, I don't think there's that many that are really, like, super big. I feel. I don't know, maybe I'm outside of the webcomic circle sometimes.
That is also probably very true. Maybe there's some, you know, some underground shit that we're just not privy to.
The only one that I really keep up with is like the D&D based one, Order by Stick, which that's also not cool. It's still going on.
Do you remember the old Nuzlocke comics?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
I thought about this a couple weeks ago, and I went to the website because I was just like, because you know the newest, or well, newest, whatever series it was on had lots of like production problems and was taking a long time to come out, and you know it's probably never gonna finish. But I went on there because I was just curious, and like very recently there were 2 posts. The not most recent, but the one before was that the guy's Twitter got hacked and taken from him, and things were being posted, and then there was one that he said, "Hi guys, I got it back." and there's just like, you know, no comments or anything, which is a bummer, because I really like those a lot, actually. Those Nuzlocke comics were fire. It is also interesting how incredibly hard, like, the Nuzlocke concept has outlived and outgrown
The comic.
like
Oh yeah.
the comics, and also like is outgrowing Pokemon even.
Yeah.
And is just like, it's actually crazy that Nuzlocke is just a term now. Like, you can just do a Nuzlocke in any game and there is some meaning behind that for that game. It's kind of interesting because there was just no correct word for that kind of challenge, and then some, you know, it could have been literally any word, it didn't matter, and once there was one that was even a little bit popular, it just stuck and spread through everything.
Yeah, because the actual comic isn't called Nuzlocke, it's called oh, what is the actual comic called? That starts isn't it like hard mode or something?
Like, yeah, because it's like Ruby is the original one. It's like Ruby hard mode or something.
Yeah.
But it's literally it's the John Lockface
Nuzleaf, I think.
Nuzleaf, yeah. Nuzleaf.
Yeah.
and/or Nuzleaf.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh man.
That's crazy shit, man. Those are fun. If you ever want a random, like, little deep dive into some old internet culture shit, go read the Nuzlocke comics. It doesn't really take that long. They're pretty well made and fun. Some pretty good art in like the newer ones too. I would say. There's some real story there. It's a good time. Kind of starts to go down the road of like the Pokemon manga, where it like takes the existing stuff but makes a more interesting actual story out of it.
We're old. I'm old.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today. I'm not even that old, man, really, but like I think I am. I feel like a very old man.
28 isn't old, but like compared to internet culture and stuff like that, it's old. That's old, man.
Yeah. I turned 26 in like a month and a week, something like that. Like, I feel old as fuck, man. That's not really that bad. A lot of people don't hit their like prime of their life, of like either career or like how happy they are, or physical fitness, like all that shit, in, you know, until like the 30s and 40s, right? Like, there's some, for a lot of people, it's like some of the best years of your life, at least fulfilled in a fulfillment sense, are in your, you know, are still far to come for us. But we feel so old. Why do we feel so fucking old? We shouldn't be feeling old, man.
I think that's just adulthood and the current state of events. But I think everyone goes through that where I definitely agree that I feel like my 30s would be better than my 20s just because I feel like I will know so much more about myself going into my 30s.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning a lot about how I function.
Like, do you think 100 years ago that people felt old when they were 25? And then do you think like 100 years before that they were feeling old because like when they're 25?
Oh, definitely.
Do you think that it's that same shit, or do you think it's like it is a how we think type of thing that's changing?
So with like, again, depending on like events and everything like that, but also depending on like what they were required to do at that age. Because if you think about 25, like 100 years ago at 25, you had kids.
You had kids. You had been working for a long time, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Life status. You know, culturally, like what was expected of them from a moment to moment basis.
Maybe they felt older.
And life expectancy was much lower hundreds of years ago.
That is true. I was thinking about that. I was like trying to think of it in a way like divorced from that, but I actually think you probably can't think of it that way. You probably do have to consider that.
This place.
Damn.
Apologize. I shall avenge.
Did I already ask this? Is there even like a single goblin in Lord of the Rings that is not evil?
No.
They are inherently evil.
Yeah, they are basically created to be evil.
They're a maladaption of the good.
That's how you know Tolkien was a religious guy. Can I say it? That's to fucking have such an interesting, like, diverse world in your fantasy, but still you can't divorce pure good and evil from those concepts. I feel like that is some ingrown religious type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean.
Like the belief that there is pure evil.
I mean, that really goes along with, like, most often, like, we're gonna get real deep here, but, like, Kantian ethics and religious theory, the idea of an absolute good, an absolute evil, and an absolute right and absolute wrong in ethical situations, that often finds itself bound to like theistic religions. It's very common for that.
For sure.
Because both of those
things.
It's
also interesting.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's also interesting because there are definitely exceptions that prove the rule. Because there's also shit like fucking like Brandon Sanderson works, where he's like a very like openly religious guy. He's a Mormon, he's very, I think, serious about his beliefs, but also like writes a bunch of characters and worlds where there is, many different perspectives, not really a pure good and evil most of the time. So I think it's doable, of course. I'm not to say that every person that is religious is unable to understand the concept of like writing something not purely in one camp, but it does feel like an exception or small exceptions that prove that rule a bit.
I've always, I think having, obviously like morally gray things and scenarios is always on, but there is something kind of interesting about just having characters who are inherently just purely good or evil. But what I really like is a character who is purely good, but by their own standards.
Yeah.
Like, to them and what they stand for, they are purely good and righteous.
That's how you get really interesting lawful evil characters.
Yes, I love that because by the notions that they set and by those rules, they follow them and they believe them to be good and just. But that doesn't mean that it may be like justifiable to everybody else. I like characters and concepts like that.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I think that's why some series like focus on that idea of like two people conflicting between like acknowledging absolute good and evil versus acknowledging it and then spitting in the face of it and saying, okay, yeah, I'm absolutely evil and I don't care. Like that sort of thing. Like things like Monster that just take that concept and just say, yeah, so what? Like, what does it matter?
Yep.
Even if you believe it, if I believe it, it doesn't matter in the world we live in. I arrow flurried
so
a
good.
singular enemy.
It kind of just registered with me that we're fighting one of these fucking trolls again.
One of 9.
My eyes glazed over.
Get a friend this time.
I'm still surprised you didn't use your super.
We're not using that super until everyone is dead and there's
Can you-
one person standing.
You gotta use this shit. John, it regenerates. Hit this motherfucker with your big blast, your bite-in blast.
Okay.
Hit him with terrible bites or lethal claws. Watch how much damage this is about to do.
Bit him in the crotch, did 1,700 damage. Also, I'm curious. Does the super meter scale with the character who's doing it, their stuff, or is it just?
I think it's level.
Like by level, okay.
To the level of the user, or
I think that's how it works.
Okay, so you would need your highest level person really that you would want to use it.
gotta crack open that funny notepad. See what the guy says about it. That guy that hates this game but wrote a gigantic guide. Look at that, look how fast that was. Thanks to the perfect meter, thank you. Look, it's almost halfway full again. Beautiful.
Idriel does 1,000 damage with her Loudwater Fury, and really that perfect meter was only...
Then you shouldn't have used the perfect meter with her.
Damn, you guys. Shit.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode of Lord of the Rings The Third Age.
Thanks for watching episode 53 of Lord of the Rings The Third Age.
This is the end of the series. I'm glad you all had a good time.
Wait, oh, you know what we should do? We should try to predict exactly how many episodes this will be.
Okay.
Well, I say that there's no concept of how long an episode is, but if it's just raw VOD, let's predict raw VODs. And presumably,
Do you want me to go first? Because I probably know the best.
Yes, no, maybe you go last. You go last because you know the best. I was gonna say, would your solo recording of grinding that you've done, and maybe more in the future, will those count as full VODs, or will those be stitched to another thing?
No, we're not gonna...
What'd you think?
They'll be their own thing. They'll be their own uploads, but let's not count that for your calculation here, because it would get too difficult.
Okay,
So
sure.
just
And that's also
sessions
impossible to
of recording with the whole group.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I don't know how many chapters there are off the top. I'm gonna say that this is a I'm gonna say 49 sessions. I'm gonna say 49. I'm gonna say just a little under 50.
Like VODs? 49 of them?
Yeah. 49 times we sit down and play.
I'm gonna say probably 16.
16!
Well,
16!
we're gonna have
Hey,
a nice
we've been in the
range
hallway for an
here.
hour. We've been in one room, one polygon set
We're on
for an hour.
3. We're on chapter 3.
We're in chapter
though.
3. How many chapters are there?
I can't remember, actually.
There's
I
like...
thought there were like 20 chapters.
There's like 8 to 10 thereabouts.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Oh,
like
I'm wrong.
35 to
Hayden's
40.
wrong and I'm wrong, I think.
Yeah, you guys are at the different ranges. I think it's gonna be like 35 30 to 35, I think.
A beautiful middle between our guesses.
But to be fair, yeah, I wouldn't know, like, especially with how the game is scaling, how quickly you would go through bits.
Listen, buddy, I go through a
these
bit
fights
every
are
10
taking
minutes.
forever. We got evil modes. You know, we got stuff, man.
Oh, run,
This definitely
Headlight.
struck me as a longer game if you do everything,
Well,
like John was doing.
the chapters are going to start getting longer as we go on,
Okay.
with like combat encounters that have waves of enemies that come in. And viewers at home, there is a story event that you may be able to predict will cause waves upon waves upon waves of enemies to flood through a wall.
It's the Battle of the Big Wall.
Yeah, it's the Battle of
Is it, wait, hold on. Is it the two towers? Is it the tower?
It's in the second of the 3 trilogy.
There's a big battle that happens around the two towers.
Yes. Yes.
The Twin Towers.
No, not that one.
Right. Sorry.
That's not really a battle. That was more so just like an event.
You wouldn't say we lost a battle that day?
Well, no, America never loses anything.
I'll have to think on this one.
Yeah, dwell on that
one. 1812. They burned the White House.
Who would
In Canada.
Yeah, but we're probably gonna annex them in like 10 years, so who's really the winner, I guess.
That's actually just the start of Fallout.
Oh yeah,
True. I had to think about that for a second. That's like one of those things in the lore that doesn't really matter, I feel like, but is true.
I mean, it was a big moment in the consequence.
In the lore.
Yeah.
I guess I just mean in the games when you're playing them. Some of the other like country interactions I feel like are more impactful.
I saw a video
I'm trying
essay.
to think of.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're good. I wasn't really saying anything of substance, probably.
I saw a video essay, like thumbnail and the title. I didn't watch it about Fallout because I've watched like unending video content about Fallout to the point that I just don't do it anymore. But it did intrigue me. Of like basically the thrust was like Fallout has lost its horror roots, and it really made me think about like what I like about Fallout, and that, like a lot of that is like the reason why I like survival mode and like these mods that enhance like the deadliness of everything is it gives that feeling of desperation. Like I feel like the best parts of Fallout are where it's just like you're struggling to even exist amongst a terrifying
Fallout
world.
4 is best played in survival mode, period.
Yes! A completely different experience when you
Like,
put that thing
I
through.
played through the full game, and I was like, it was okay. I had a decent time. I had some fun with
Definitely
it.
not scary.
But-
Not even a little bit.
But then I went back and I played it in survival mode, and I had so much more fun. Like, literally having to scrounge for everything and just building my bases slowly branching out towards, like, the middle of the map and, like, getting everything together. To just like get all that, it was just actually so enjoyable. I loved it.
Yes, I totally agree. I think Fallout 4, that's why I keep playing that game off and on over the years in survival mode, is because that mode, having to drink, eat, sleep, it makes everything about Fallout 4 click into place. It
Yes.
makes the crafting matter.
The crafting and the settlement building matter because, hey, if you want a good place to sleep and a good safe house, you gotta build a settlement. So you gotta branch and get more settlements, which means you're gonna have to work with that system. You gotta defend your settlements, you gotta build trade lines. Like, it actually all matters, and it's so much better for it.
Yes, and if you don't install mods, there becomes a, like, strategy to your settlement network, because it's great if you have settlements everywhere, but if you have too many, and they're too big and too prosperous, you can't defend all of them, and it'll go to just complete chaos. Like, that's why I love survival mode, is because, you know, you're saving in a bed pretty consistently, but you can soft lock yourself. You can soft lock the playthrough. If you get wiped out, if all of your settlements get destroyed and you run out of resources, it puts you in a bad spot. It's pretty, I'm so glad we hit upon Fallout 4.
Yeah, that's one of those games that just going back and playing it in that way gives me a greater appreciation for it. I still have many issues with the writing and the story and everything like that, but from a gameplay perspective, so much of it is just better for being in survival mode rather than just the standard normal difficulty.
And to circle it back to what you were saying, Yuri, about like, I definitely agree. The tensity and the stress and the fear in Fallout 4 is so much less. It feels almost like an arcade game. But in survival mode, you get a beautiful glimmer, a taste of like tension, because you know that bear charging at you that could kill you. It's no longer just, oh dang, I have to reload my save. It's like, I'm going to lose 4 hours of real progress. Oh no, like this matters.
There was nothing worse than finally going, okay, I'm gonna go into Boston. I'm gonna start branching out, and I get in there, and then suddenly I hear a beep, 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 and I go, oh fuck no! And there's a suicide mutant running at me with a nuke in his hand, and I'm like, well, I'm about to lose 2 hours of progress.
That's just what happens when you go to Massachusetts in real life. So like Fallout 4 is a whole different story.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's my experience just going to Boston in general.
Yeah, I went on vacation to Boston and I got killed by a suicide bomber, gigantic 20-foot tall green man.
And then I had a Wahlburger.
I love Wahlburgers! Oh, is she gonna do the same thing? Is she gonna completely float? Oh, wait!
Do not worry.
Can't you fly? Not really, but kind of.
Hurry!
That's a really weird thing to say to someone picking you up from the cliff. Is don't worry. Hey.
Gerith filleth nin.
Oh my god. I don't think he like registered what happened.
Can I be so serious? It looked like Berthor was gonna kill himself after that kiss. He ran away and he looked down into the chasm, mouth agape, call of the void. Oh my god. Okay, can I also say, with what you have given me, with the information you've given me, shouldn't she have been able to make herself incredibly light, and he could pick her up quite easily?
So she's not she's not a super talented elf. She's starting out.
Rude.
She's a shitty elf, actually.
Yeah.
You think she's not good at her species?
That running down animation is so stupid.
It was Donkey Kong-esque. Hit him with the mountain shield head.
Oh, big spin.
Show him
big
nasty.
spin. He's been a nasty dwarf. He's been a nasty dwarf. Somebody gonna match my axe. Somebody gonna match my craft work.
I don't know why this made me think of
Nice.
it, but the other day I did show. I was like, at one point there was something that happened like when we were watching, and it made me recount the Dracula. What is a man?
What is a man?
But a miserable.
That happened in recording? That happened in recording?
No, I was just talking to Cat in general.
Oh, I thought you said something happened, you remembered it from a recording, and I was like,
No.
I don't remember that, but I believe it
Cat and I
happened.
were watching something, and for some reason, something in what we were watching made me like remember that and then say that portion. And Cat just kind of looked at me funny, and I was like, oh, I have to show you this. And I showed them the video of Dracula going, what is a man?
What is a man throws wine glass?
You definitely cast a verbal spell, because I definitely agreed with Yuri. I thought you were talking about like a recording thing or something.
I apologize.
Yeah, and hey, apologize to the viewers, please. I think everyone is now very confused. They're logging off of the video. They're not watching anymore. And
If you made it to the video, comment, die monster, you don't belong in this world.
and that's talking to Hadron, actually. And Idriel for being a shitty elf.
I wouldn't call dwarves monsters, but I guess if you want to take that stance, you can do that. And I'll be the opposite side.
The fantasy racism we're bringing to this episode.
Episode 6, Fantasy Racism.
Like Massachusetts citizens. Fantasy race.
Yuri has something against Massachusetts. I don't know what it is.
Dad's my absentee father is from there.
I didn't know that.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
And you didn't think there was going to be lore in this episode.
I can't help but laugh at that, how you said that.
I only said it because it's funny, man. It doesn't bother me, man.
God.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That's funny. I wasn't ripping on Massachusetts for that reason at all, but what a beautiful kind of come around that was.
Yeah, holy shit.
And I got to rip that. That's so funny. My absentee father is from there.
He's gonna come back
I'm
after
just
this
imagining
episode.
anytime Yuri looks at a map that has Massachusetts on it, he has the Kill Bill like red screen in his eyes, just going.
He's gonna see this episode, come back, and he's gonna come to your house. He's gonna give you an Angry Bird's egg as a peace offering.
Oh,
Good. Good. That's
I
good.
don't think that's good.
That's good. I'll take an Angry Bird's egg, actually.
Oh man, ow. That was great.
Is that a good place to end? Is that a good place to end?
I mean, that's
the
climactic. That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I wish I had it in me to play it up like I was mad at Hayden. I really wish I had it in me to like keep that going to an uncomfortable level, and we could have ended the recording like it was a problem, and then started the next one like, "Hey guys, welcome back."
Hey guys, it's me and Yuri and no one else in the recording session here for another episode of Lord of the Rings.
To be honest, Yuri, I would have immediately known you were doing a bit, and I would have rolled with it too. That's the thing.
That's hindsight, unfortunately.
I would have started screaming at you like, I didn't fucking know, and then like start getting into it.
And then I just start
Bring in
monologuing
Zane
about the
for
abilities
30
like,
minutes next episode.
Yeah, John's like, hey, also, whenever we get to this level with this character, I can, like, in the background, just saying shit like that.
It's like playing your favorite video game while your parents argue in the background ASMR video. It's just me and Hayden screaming at each other, but John turns our levels down, and he's just like, so we have to use arrow volley here, because it'll reduce the defense of the attacker.
okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now.
And if you have an absentee father,
Comment down below. Let us know what you think.
comment down below. Die, monster, you don't belong in this world.
Jesus.